we're out to dinner and he said, I gotta tell you something. I have a fetish.
He made this really gross sound like he was jizzing his pants.
That was definitely leg closing.
Hi, I'm Lenora Claire, and this is Leg Closers. Leg closers are the exact moment when you know that that guy that you're talking to will never be getting in there because they have done something that is so heinous, there is just no way you're hooking up with them. A good example of a leg closer was a date that I went on. The guy was really nice, the date went well. At the end of the date, he said, "Oh, can I give you a goodnight kiss?" "Okay, sure, you can give me a kiss." So he goes in, has a little kiss, not even like a crazy one, and he looks at me and he freezes, like completely freezes. So I'm like, are you okay? What's wrong? And he sheepishly goes, I came in my panties. And I look down and sure enough, there's a wet spot and there's the G-string he shows me and he came in his panties. So I would say that was an instant leg closer.
I met this guy through some mutual friends. Super nice, funny, wonderful. We go on a few dates, and I really liked that he didn't put the moves on too fast. His third, fourth date, we barely kissed. I respected that. And we're out to dinner, and he said, I gotta tell you something. I have a fetish. I'm like, great, that's exciting, what is it? Thinking I'm gonna have this great guy that might have some fun, interesting times with me. And I said, I have this thing for spandex and boots. Specifically superheroes. I'm like, superheroes are sexy. I like Wonder Woman, okay. Well, we never ended up having sex, actually. He just would have me dress up like a superhero and make his bed while he would sit in a corner and police himself, and that's really as far as it went. So that was definitely a leg closer. In fact, he didn't want my legs to open. He just wanted to keep them closed because, well, he didn't want to have sex with women. Leg closer.
There was this one time that I was in Yoyogi Park in Tokyo, and I was just sitting there innocently on a bench when, from afar, I see what looks like a Japanese businessman with a suitcase and everything, just kind of like coming up to me like a Muppet almost. He had this very strange walk, and so as he came closer and closer and closer, I realized that he was walking funny because he had a giant heart on. Well, as giant as you can get, I guess, for a Japanese businessman. I look down and I look up and I was like, "What's up?" And he goes, "I'll give you $100 if you punch me in the face as hard as you can." And that sounds like a great deal, I was 22, and that's a lot of money for a 22-year-old. So I went, okay. So I jumped off the bench and I punched him in the face, really pretty hard, I thought. But and he made this really gross sound like he was jizzing his pants. I don't know, maybe he did jizz his pants. In any case, it was really disturbing. And then he just gave me the equivalent of $100 in Japanese money. Does that make me a prostitute? Oh my God. So, but then I reconciled it in my head, and I was like, no, it's cool. Great way to make money.
So I was at FedEx trying to make some copies, and this guy was trying to help me out, but was kind of rude in a sense, but I was kind of bitchy back to him. And I was checking out and everything, and I see in the corner of my eye that he's leaving the store and looking at me as he's leaving the store. So as I'm finished with everything, I walk outside, go to my car, and I see him running after me, trying to pass me a note. And I what the fuck is going on? So I crack the door open just a little bit, and I grab the note and I slam the door. I'm like, oh, and he's like, "I'll serve you, let me serve you, I'll serve you." And I was like, oh my God, what's going on? And so I leave, and as soon as I'm far enough to pull over and read what he wrote me, it says "Dear submissive, let me please you, I'll work for you. Call me Robert or Roberta if it pleases you. I love you, femdom, here's my number." And I was like, oh my God, because I was a little bitchy in the FedEx. He got the impression I was a dominatrix, and I wasn't, and that was definitely a leg closer.
One time I had a date. Actually, no, we were about 4 dates in. I brought him back to my apartment. I thought, okay, finally, I'm gonna have sex, this is awesome. I took his pants off, and he already had a condom on. I stopped for a minute because I really couldn't figure it out. I've had some weird stuff happen, but this was really weird. So I was like, ta-da, that's a nice magic trick. Is that a family heirloom? But if you already have a condom on, that's super weird. I don't know if it's from the date before me. I don't want to know what that is. That's a leg closer. I don't even need to define it. You know it. That's weird. Don't do that.